This is the one episode rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. Have not been watching the shows,
Oh no.
just fully dehydrated.
Uh-oh. Well.
I am a mummy. How are you guys?
I'm okay. I'm Black Hole. I'm pretty low energy today. Didn't see any anime recently, unfortunately, other than the anime we saw last week.
Oh, okay. Did you watch that with us? I didn't actually remember.
Was it the one where like the guy goes to the other world?
Yeah.
With the rings? Okay, I didn't realize
that Black Hole was on the last episode.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I can't
like
remember. Listen, my brain capacity. Hi, I'm Joey. I have been watching anime this week.
Yeah, we did see an anime yesterday, which I would describe as life-changing media, but that's for a bonus episode.
It's for a bonus episode. It's really good. We talked for way too long about it, and it was worth every second. But yeah, I've also been watching. I finished the Peeps show. What was it called? Sasuke and Peeps. So I finished that. It was a fun little thing to have on in the background while I was doing other stuff. And I also completed the first season of Kaiju number 8, which I also enjoyed.
Nice.
So that's what I've been up to.
Peeps in his eating dome. You guys want some news?
Yeah, let's have some news.
All right, I have some news that I just sort of randomly selected. But,
okay.
But it's all relevant to our interest, which is, let's see, the staff for the Mononoke film that's coming up, Paper Umbrella, have revealed that there's going to be, the whole project has 3 films. They're going to make 3 movies.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to open another movie next year, in March, and it's like, oh, cool, shit, I should probably see that then.
Yeah.
Mononoke actually kind of like fucks.
Yeah, it seems good. I have been occasionally I think about revisiting that or, watching more. So just haven't yet.
Speaking of things to come, Junji Ito's Uzumaki anime is going to be released in September on the 28th. It's ready. It's ready for us.
It's ready. They've been baking that. They had it in the oven and that.
It's been in there for a while.
It's really been cooking. Let them cook.
But yeah, that it continues to look gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Like a moving manga. So, and finally, to our delight, Square Enix has confirmed that they will not cancel the Apothecary Diaries manga serialization following the artist's conviction for masturbation.
We get more,
which is nice. Usually the criminal conviction is really bad for your reputation in Japan, but even they were just like, no, she was just kind of dumb.
Yeah. Please hire an accountant.
Please hire an accountant.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Square Enix being in charge of that. On a bonus episode, we didn't even bring it up on the episode, but the film we watched opened with a fucking Sega logo.
Sega logo, yeah.
Which is just incredible. Like,
think about the films that could. Think about a film that could open with the Sega logo, and think about what you think that film would be.
The old Sega logo, like the Sonic the Hedgehog one.
Whatever movie you're thinking it is, it's not.
Fucking crazy.
Anyhow.
So anyway, you guys want to watch an anime?
Yeah, you got something for us?
I thought we needed a change of pace here. We're kind of watching some pretty samey stuff, so I've decided to bring to the table The Fable.
Oh, Fable. Okay. The Fable.
It is time to watch crime dramas.
Oh, ooh.
So
rubbing my little hands together.
So yeah, I'll see you guys after the cut. as well just wrap my Glock up in tinfoil and pop it in the microwave and blow it up to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
I was wondering what the point of that scene was, and it was actually very normal.
It was like, okay, we're just gonna leave it here for.
Yeah, it just needs to be somewhere conspicuous so that he can find them.
Yeah.
So,
Oh wow.
so yeah, I got really pumped about this show. I don't know if you guys did.
I had a fun time watching this actually.
The comedy is what gets me. They're like really understated funny.
Yes. No, this definitely had very subtle. I would even call it very subtle humor.
Mhm. The driver's license bit is really good. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we open on some guys getting fucking murked.
Yeah, we watched some guys get like John. I can only describe it as a John Wick moment.
He's almost better than John Wick because he doesn't create a commotion.
Yeah, that's true.
He just shows up and shoots people in the middle of their forehead, and they die immediately.
Now, to be fair, he doesn't live in a world where everyone is an assassin. So
That's
like,
true. He's the assassin. Everybody else is just normal
yeah,
criminals.
he
So,
doesn't
yeah.
live in a world with 17 other the Fables.
Yeah, this guy. So what the deal is we open on two guys trying to get into an elevator, like panicking, and one guy is just like, okay, calm down. I'll buy us some time. While the other guy jacks with the elevator.
Yeah, the other guy's just like, dude, we're cooked.
And he walks the slide on his gun. I didn't catch what kind of gun it was. I only know what the Fables guns are. But he racks the slide on his gun, and he goes to peek around the corner, and he just gets shot in the head immediately. He just dropped like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
And the other guy's just like, shit, one shot?
Dude.
And he gets the elevator to open, but the fucking doors won't close. I think they're closing on that guy's like hand or something.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, oh fuck, okay.
And the Fable pokes around, and he's just a guy. He's just a guy wearing like a shitty balaclava.
Yes.
Like it looks like the eye holes were cut out with a scissor, with a pair of scissors. I think it might be a
very
sock.
jagged. Yeah. I mean, he's creepy though.
He's really creepy, and
he's selling it.
This is what leads to the comedy.
Yes,
I really like his voice acting.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, they just stare at each other for a minute while the doors keep trying to close, and then they finally close, and he's just like, "Oh shit, is that really the guy?" And he's trying to reload. He stole the guy's pistol off the floor, and he's trying to reload it. And he's just like, "Okay, calm down. It'll be fine. It'll be fine." And we cut back to the Fable, and he is fucking dropping down, and he is dropping down the side of the building, grabbing onto balcony ledges,
doing some
like it's Fortnite. Shit. He's doing Fortnite shit.
Yeah, you're watching this happen, and you're just like, the guy in the elevator is not gonna be fine.
He's not gonna make it.
He's not gonna make it.
It didn't matter if this guy had a gun. He's got enough core strength that he could just kill you with his hands.
Rip your head off.
Spread you in half.
Neatly turn your head to a 45-degree angle. So yeah, he gets to the bottom and he shouts out for one of his guys, and he gets shot in the neck immediately because he's just standing there in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Because he got there first. But it doesn't kill him. It's not a clean shot, and there are two goons here, so he has to fight them a little bit. The other guy he falls down because he's been shot in the fucking neck. One guy draws on him and he just shoots him in the face, and the other guy knocks his gun out of his hand with a collapsible baton. Which I guess good thinking for you, but it doesn't help him that much because he's got. Now this is the only part of the thing where I just went, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" Because he grabs him and disables him with like a fucking like Klingon finger knife.
I didn't even see what happened
the fuck
here.
This thing is supposed to be, but you see it for like 3 frames, and it is like a ring with a blade that extends over his index finger.
He slits his throat essentially, but like,
and he holds him up.
Yeah,
the other guy has been jacking with the pistol, and he has it leveled at him. And he's like, he's just like, don't mess with me. And he opens fire on him, and the pistol rounds aren't powerful enough to penetrate the guy.
Yeah, they're just he's being a human shield, and
but let me tell you, the Fable's pistol round there
those can go through.
Because he's slinging some sort of like custom pistol.
Yeah.
Which is why I can't immediately identify it. I believe later it's called the Nighthawk special.
The Nighthawk something is, yeah.
But he manages to drive all 4 bullets through that guy through a suppressor as well, and hits him in the cheek, and he just falls over because, hey, getting shot twice sucks.
Yes.
Getting shot in the face is awful. But he's just lying there, and he's just like, "Are you really the Fable?" And he's just like, ugh. You know, you people made that name for me. I'm just a guy. I just killed
just professional hitman.
Right.
He's just a professional. Man clocks in. And he kills them because that's what he does. Now this is a very cold scene. He's a cold, cool hitman. We're immediately going to diffuse that because he goes and he gets into his getaway car in the back because he's got an assistant who drives him places. And she's just like, "Did everything go well? I heard gunshots." And she's like, "It's trigger happy amateurs." Anyway, turn the TV on.
TV.
And she's like, "Are you sure? Are you okay? Everything okay?" He's just like, "Come on, TV."
She's like, you just killed like 6 dudes, aren't you? Like,
yeah, how can you laugh like that? You killed 6 dudes. Because the first thing he does after killing a bunch of people is he wants to sit in the back of the car and watch watch a inscrutable Japanese comedian on TV and just laugh his ass off.
Yeah.
He's just shrieking with laughter.
Yeah, it's like almost what would you describe it as? Like
it's
almost like
Bam
Jackass
Margera-esque.
adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Japanese variety show zany wacky comedy. It's not somebody doing stand up. This guy is shirtless and wearing a tie, and his fucking like character is Jackal Higashima or something like that.
He is like,
he's got a huge pompadour.
He's being like jumping off onto like a huge trampoline or something.
Yeah, they're making him human darts, and he's scared of heights. And this is the funniest shit the Fable has ever seen.
He is wheezing. It's very funny, not gonna lie.
With laughter while his driver is just like, "This is kind of uncomfortable. You know, you're a real freak."
Dude, you're fucked.
And he's just like, "Go ahead and get us to the docks, GPS lady." And she's just like, "Hey, I have an eidetic memory. I'm a beautiful professional woman. Don't you talk shit to me." Their dynamic is really good. I like them.
Yes.
But because she's so normal.
He is not.
He is an absolute freak. Which you should expect of somebody who kills people for money.
Yeah.
True.
You don't often expect them to be funny though.
Yes.
So yeah, they meet up with their boss, and at the docks in like a small warehouse, I think. Boss is there, and he's frying fish for them.
Just whole fish, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing it the Japanese way, where they just spear them end to end, and they put them in a little teepee over the heat source. And the old man is just another. We should talk about the Fable's appearance here in a second, but we'll talk about the old man first. He's just a crusty old Japanese man.
Yes.
Like he looks. These guys look like characters from Yakuza, like the real actors they model people on, which is great.
I liked it.
They're just hard-assed old pockmarked men. Who all talk the same way. They all talk like assholes. But yeah, he's just quizzing her. It's just like, yeah, everything went normal. It's just like, yeah. It's she complains about the Fable a little bit about how he's a freak. He's just like, yeah, he just watched Jackal and laughed his ass off.
Yeah.
Jingled my keys in front of him, and he was satisfied. And then the Fable comes back from the bathroom, and they sit down and start to talk about business while they do like one of the weirdest bits I've ever seen during this conversation about serious shit. He's such a freak. So,
he tries to eat the... Go ahead.
So the boss man is telling them, it's just like, hey, we've killed a lot of fucking people recently. In the 6 years you've been doing this, you've killed like 71 people.
This year it was especially busy.
We were really busy this year, and we've made a lot of money, but I'm starting to get afraid that we're getting a little too hot. And while he's doing this, he picks up one of the fish, and he's just like, it's done, and he hands it over to the Fable, and the Fable is just like,
Hot.
He's just like, here, and he hands it. He goes to hand it to the assistant girl, and she's just like, I don't want that. He's just like, blow on it. It's too hot. Blow on it. And the boss is just
Never
like,
learned how to blow.
and the boss is just like, I don't know, blow on it.
Yeah, like she
the
like
whole time they're
literally
having this conversation, she's blowing on this piece of fish.
she literally like almost like looks to the boss like, help, please?
Help me? Why?
And the
Why
boss
are
is
you
like,
making
just
me
like
do
do
this?
it. You're the assistant, man. Go ahead.
I get the impression that the Fable is so good at killing people that they just excuse any fucking weird shit he does
Yeah.
because he's too valuable to fire. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna have you guys take a year off. And she's just like, a year off. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to send you out to Osaka, where we have some contacts with the local yakuza, and they're gonna cover for you a little bit, and you're just gonna live as normal people. It's just like, doesn't that sound like a fun challenge? And he's just like, it'll make you a better professional.
You're gonna, yeah, it's a little bit of a training arc.
Yeah,
I just want to say the energy here is very like a single father sending his kids to summer camp for the first time.
A little bit, yeah.
He's just like, it'll make you more complete as people.
Yeah. Which, like, to be fair, yeah.
This will be good. You can meet new friends.
I got the impression that he rehearsed this to convince the Fable to go to Osaka without arguing with him. Like, so he figured out how to phrase it, and he's just like, here, I have a bag full of 50 million yen.
Yep.
This is the money you've made, and it's really funny because he gives it to him in like a nice luggage bag, and then he hands her sack full of money, and it's just in like a plastic bag from the combini.
He's like, hey.
He's like, hey. It's still a shitload of money, but
it's yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, actually, that does sound like it could be fun.
I guess.
Fine, I'll go to summer camp, Dad.
I'll go to fucking Osaka, and I'll see the building with the huge crab on it. So yeah, they what?
We should clarify also at this point. He says, "You better not kill anyone, or I will kill you."
Yeah, don't kill anybody. I need you to understand that you're not supposed to kill anybody, or I'll kill the both of you.
No.
I'll be very disappointed in you, and you will be killed by me.
I am an old man, and I can still kill the both of you without even blinking.
You kids behave.
You kids behave now. So it's like if your dad sent you to summer camp under the threat that if you acted like a shit, he would come and kill you with a bazooka.
Yes. Except he will actually do it
in front of all your new friends.
Yeah.
So we move on because every scene of this is great because it is a scene that seems normal and serious, and it's just a foundation for them to do bits.
Yeah.
And the next scene is he has to go back to his apartment and get everything that he's going to take with him and clean the place out, basically, because he's not going to live there for a year.
Yep.
So he's there, and she comes with him. Well, actually, she shows up later. I think she brings their IDs, which is the basis of this bit.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
We can start referring to them by their names. She's Yoko, and he's Akira. That's their new names, but their shared last name is Sato because they're going to be siblings.
They're going to be siblings, which I like because usually they would go with the you have to be quote unquote married angle. Yeah. No, they're siblings. I love it.
No, we're doing a comedy.
It matches their energy very well too.
So they do another strange ass scene because what he's doing this whole time is just going to every place in his apartment where there's a gun. Because he I forget where he brings the first one out from. But he's got a Walther and a Glock in there. And He like pulls one out from under the desk. It's just taped under there, and then he pulls
Yeah.
another one out from like the fucking radiator.
Mhm.
He's got them hidden really well. And he's just disassembling them, and he's putting them in the microwave the whole time they're talking. And
He's
just
gonna
like,
microwave these
is he
guns.
gonna microwave the fucking guns? And I'm just like,
No,
why would he microwave the guns? Is he gonna remove the bacteria from them? They're not.
no.
They're obviously not loaded. So maybe he's trying to remove evidence. No, he's not doing that. So, but
He's
while
just putting.
they're talking about it, she's just like, "Hey, I got your insurance card and your new ID," and she shows him his ID, and he looks like shit because everybody looked like shit in their driver's
Yeah,
license.
it's
like
a little inevitable.
he looks like garbage, which is funny because you wouldn't think he would be able to, because the way he looks exactly like you think he looks. He's kind of pale. His eyes are like always half lidded, and he's got just jet black, like slicked back hair that's not so tight that it's plastered to his skull, but it's a very like traditional like swoop back.
Yeah, he looks like if someone was gonna draw the stereotypical like Japanese bully that is gonna come beat you up for your lunch money and looks a little too old to be in the school, that he's that guy.
I would go even further and say he's the guy in the Bullies that doesn't talk, and the others
Yeah.
seem slightly afraid of him.
Yes.
because he's actually a real psycho.
Correct.
He also looks like the kind of person whose closet is full of 24 identical sets of black V-neck shirts and slacks.
Yeah,
and,
because
and 3
that's
pairs of
true.
black tennis shoes.
Because he does.
He dresses. He's got Kiryu syndrome. He doesn't have clothes.
Yeah.
But they start to do a bit here because he sees his driver's license and he's just like, ugh. And they get that they're supposed to be siblings because the boss thought that would be funny. And his birth date is like April 1st.
The Day of
The
Liars.
day of liars. And she's like, no, it's a day it's okay to lie. And our whole new lives are going to be lies anyway. Like, it's more boss humor. And every time they talk about the IDs, it's just like, hey, let me see your birth date on your ID. And she's like, no,
No.
absolutely not.
Never.
And yeah, while they're having this conversation, he's just doing more improbable things with gun shit. Like, he opens up the refrigerator and he gets a bottle of water, and she's like, your sister's thirsty. Why don't you get me one? And he's just like, what? Because he's pulled it out, and it's pulled like in half under the label. The bottle is actually much smaller, and the bottom half is like another bottle it's cut out, and it's full of bullets.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you've put it in there? Oh, okay.
She's like,
That's
wow.
creative, I guess.
And he like sprays them down and puts them in the microwave. And she's just like, I only see your your PPK and your Glock in here. Like, where's the Nighthawk? And he's just like, I put the barrel in there.
This gun is my partner. It's staying with me. And she's like,
yeah,
that's against the rules.
Like, where's the rest of the gun? And he's got a fake boombox with a button with a latch on the side that he can pull out that has the Nighthawk and all of its accessories. And he's just like, this gun is my partner. And it's not even a question about whether he's going to take it. There's no way she can convince him not.
She can't.
She's like, if the boss gets mad, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Lady, if the boss gets mad, he's going to kill both of them.
I mean, yeah. But also, like, he has a point. He can't shoot the thing. Probably no one's going to inspect a boombox.
It should be noted that he goes quite far to like remove evidence. Like, whenever they were driving away, when they got to the docks, he took the current barrel out of the Nighthawk, and he just threw it in Tokyo Bay.
Yes, he did do that.
And put his gun away. So the barrels are apparently disposable to him.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have to set off, and they're just going to drive out to Osaka, leading to some fun car conversations, because they start getting used to calling each other brother and sister.
He's like, well, yeah, we got to practice.
There's an extended bit where she's just like, "Can you speak in a Kansai accent?" Because it's like in Western Japan where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you'll need that to keep your cover. I'm just like, well, you could just be somebody from Tokyo who's moved out there, but whatever. And he's just like, I know 5 languages. I can speak in Kansai, Kyushu, Northern. It's just like that's just dialects of Japanese.
He's like, it's useful.
You'd be surprised how useful it is. I can just flip a switch in my brain. It's just like, well, if you think so. Um,
This part is pretty funny though.
and they talk about like their backstories because she's curious.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, yeah. And he's just like, what's your deal? And he's just like, yeah, I was like 10 years old and both my parents died and the boss took me in. They died in a fire.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like a year ago, he just made me, your point of contact and assistant. So that's my story. And she's like, she's like, what's your story? And he's like, I don't feel like talking about it.
He's like, hey, that's no
She's
fair.
like, that's no fair. And he's just like, show me your driver's license.
She's like, no.
It's like, I guess I won't talk.
It's pretty good.
So they end up at like a rest station because obviously it's a fairly long drive from
Mm-hmm.
the east half of Japan over to Kansai.
Yeah.
You got to drive through the mountains and shit. And they park for a little while, and she's just like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and look for and get some snacks before I come back. And he's just standing there, and he sees 2 guys hanging around. He's just like, those guys are car robbers.
I'm going to sit here and watch them.
He's just like, you know that? And she's like, of course. Just like, all right, well, don't make trouble. And she's like, yeah, I think I'll watch the car. Give me a coffee. It could be a cold coffee, please. And he sits down on the bench and watches them. And this is really funny because he obviously wants to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
He's just bored. When you have a hammer, everything is a nail.
Yeah, he's just watching. He's like, you guys are such fucking amateurs. Look
like,
at what are you looking in that old ass car for? They ain't got money.
It's just like there's a fucking car seat in that car. Of course they don't have any money. Are you stupid? He's just like, go down to that car 2 over. It's got 50 million yen in the floorboards. He's just like, yeah, it's in there. You can smell the money, can't you? And then they like leave it, and she's just like, oh, you guys are fucking stupid. And then they look up and see him staring at them.
Yeah, and then they're gonna come over and like fuck with him.
Yeah, and they can't. Well, like they can't have this. It's bad for business, and they're also kind of dipshits.
Yes.
So they come up to him and then because he's been very confrontational, basically. You're not supposed to stare at people in Japan. Really.
No.
Like Pokemon trainers, but yeah, they come up to him and he just like raises his hands and he's just like, let's not have any useless violence, boys. They're just like, stand the fuck up. He's just like, okay, but don't touch me. And it's just like, if you're gonna wuss out, don't stare at us like that. And it's just like, how about you start with giving us your wallet? And he reaches out and he grabs his wrist and he immediately snap kicks him in the throat.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he does to the other guy.
It's like lightning fast. He just knocks both of them on the floor and they're just wheezing.
And he's just looking at them like, And Yoko comes back and is just like, yo, what the fuck?
You're gonna kill someone. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
You can't be doing this shit.
And his reaction
like, hey,
is so
punk,
funny.
Say something.
He's like, sorry, it was instinct.
It's just like, it was just instinct when they touched me. Because I've been trained to kill in under 6 seconds. She's like, I don't give a shit.
That made me laugh really
you
hard.
Keep doing this, you're gonna kill somebody, and you know what that means.
You're gonna blow it for us, dude.
You're gonna fucking blow it for us. Is the next? We're getting towards the end, basically. Is the
Yeah,
next
the next
scene?
scene is they're in the car, and that's when he's talking about the dialects, and he's like, "I'm gonna switch it."
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. It's I don't know which of these two scenes occurs first, but whatever. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter that much. They're parked in Osaka somewhere. He's and it cuts to them in the driver's seat, and he's just poking himself in between the eyebrows, going, uh, uh. She's like, what the fuck? He's just like, I'm doing it. I'm switching it. And she's like, if you think that'll work, and then he immediately switches over to like, yonder na.
Yeah. It was very good.
He's like, oh my god, that's perfect. He's like, damn right, it's perfect. What
It is very
the
pronounced.
fuck am I doing here? What the fuck are we doing? It's like, oh, it's a guy. Because yeah, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then she tries to make him buy clothes. That's about it. She's like,
Because
you
all
can't
he
just
has
wear
is black V-necks.
you can't just wear black V-necks. You need to take care of how you make a first impression.
Yes.
And you look like an asshole.
We also have a brief scene with the Yakuza guys that are covering for them.
Yeah, so the Yakuza guys like seem put out by this.
And they're
Like
just like, this guy is a
they're,
fucking shark.
they're not a very big outfit. There's only like 20 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're pretty well heeled. They got like good suits and shit. And yeah, the second in command is just like, are we sure we should be fucking doing this? I know, like and it's just like this guy is a real problem. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and the boss is just like, oh, does my second in command really respect the Fable that much? And he's just like he doesn't even blink at it. He's just like, I know lots of violent people, but this guy is fucking different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know a lot of thugs. This guy is a freak.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, granted, he is a freak. And then they just sort of cut on that. But the
Yeah.
implication is they don't really want to do this.
Yeah. They're just like, I am a
This is a
little
problem for them.
uncomfortable, but we'll let him be here, I guess.
We'll let him swim free for now. And that's pretty much the end of the episode.
They
The
cut
intro and outro of
the
this are
music.
it's good. I think
It's
I
fun.
like the intro a lot. It's jazz.
Yes, it's jazzy. The end
Yeah.
is what would you even call it?
The end
More
has
hip.
a rap bridge in it.
I was gonna say more hip hop adjacent.
And I always find Japanese rap to be curious. I also like the sequence of images in the intro. I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah.
It's very hey, this is an urban area. We're in an urban area. Look at it. But there's a lot of there's like a wipe that's just all don't walk signs. I was just like, that's pretty fun. So yeah, what do we think of the show? I'll start with I'm gonna watch more episodes. I thought this was hype. I liked it. It was really funny.
Yeah. I think this I'm a sucker for a crime character. I feel like we've touched on this before. I love a freak. I love a fucking crime character. I love a weirdo. I definitely want to watch more of this. It scratches a rare itch that I
Yeah, it's got a vibe to it, which I
don't
don't think.
see that often in these shows. I don't
But the
know.
idea of just like fucking Yakuza assholes sitting around and doing bits is really funny to me.
It is.
It's
Like
like what
also
they do
that's
in it's like what they do in Yakuza when Kiryu isn't punching them in the face.
Yeah. No, like also like that's part of the fun of this particular show is like normally this would be like, oh, we've got to go out and do a lot of killing. This is like, oh, we have to not specifically not kill.
Explicitly not kill anybody.
Like they've introduced John Wick and they're gonna make him not kill anyone. And that's fun.
So what do you think, Blackle?
I think it was promising. It's hard to get a feel for it after only the one episode.
It went by really quickly too.
Yeah, the pacing was pretty good
Yeah.
for something that had like a total of 4 locations.
Right.
Yeah. I found myself getting a little bit what's the right word? frustrated with the animation style. It just felt a little bit lazy and not like it's the kind of thing where like this would have been great as like a live action.
Yeah, it would
see that,
like, because then you can like see the person's expressions. Like I don't really know what the animation is doing for it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, it was adapted from a manga, so
I think
that's
I think they're almost certainly trying to ape what the manga looked like. So we'll see if that goes anywhere. Like, I did like his like very sudden change of expression when he went from completely deadpan to concentrating really hard and poking himself in the eyebrows.
It was good. They're definitely doing some fun stuff with this.
So yeah, I'm actually excited to watch more of this. I think
I also I'm definitely watching more. I'm excited as well.
Nice.
Blackle is a maybe or no, probably.
Yeah, I'm a
okay. Well, that's a glowing review from Blackle. So,
well,
I'm basically the Russian judge here.
I thought it was imperative to feed Blackle something other than shit he's become every now and then.
we have to throw in some enrichment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, listener, if you'd like us to throw a gangster into your terrarium for enrichment, you can do that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com. I almost fucked it up.
I know. That is the word, not the number.
My head really hurt.
Yeah. We're at One Episode Cast on Twitter and Blue Sky. You can tell us your crimes, I suppose. Probably don't.
Please kill me with a single shot to the middle of my forehead.
But yeah, that's it. That's the show, y'all.
Yeah, that's the show. No, there are no jokes. It was just a good episode.
There were jokes, but like, listen, we have to do subtle humor too. If you want the jokes, go watch the show. Like, please.
Yeah, why would you come to our podcast that we do for you?
Do you want to laugh at our comedy podcast? Foolishness.
Anyway, good night.
Get out of here.